Hi there, my name is Christina Campbell, and I'm here with my colleagues Danielle Hickel and Rachel Bleisner. And we are here to educate you on our research-based forecast of the future of the cell phone industry. We all know each other from our class we have together at the University of West Florida. And we have come together to do this presentation because we are all interested in the future of the cell phone industry, because we feel it affects not just us, but the millions of people in the United States who own cell phones themselves. First, I will give a little bit of a background into how the cell phone industry came about. The first commercial cell phone was made October 13, 1983. It was known as the Brick because of its hefty size at 2.5 pounds. It also carried a price tag of almost $4,000. The ability to buy a cell phone when it first came out was only for the rich. Now they are so abundant, with the largest carrier, AT&T, having 72.9 million customers, and the United States having 262.7 million customers in all, which means 85% of the United States owns a cell phone. Now, to start, we will talk about the socio-cultural changes we see happening. Then we will show how the economy will affect the cell phone market. Next, we will cover the political and legal changes to occur in the future. Then, we will show how much technology will be affected. And last, we will cover how the role of education in the workforce and the cell phone market will specifically impact the industry. To start us off is Danielle, and she will cover the socio-cultural and political changes we see in the future.
All right, to start with the social and cultural changes, we have phone sampling for elections. It's a little bit biased right now with the landlines, and in the future, landlines will actually be probably totally eliminated unless for emergency use. But there needs to be a way to differentiate, because landlines and cell phones are politically and demographically different. So a goal would be to separate them somehow and be able to sample probably just from cell phones. Next is the cell phone is no longer used just for a phone. It's like a little personal computer now. You can do electronic banking on there. You can video call, download applications you need, play games, anything like that. The iPhone and several other cell phone manufacturers are actually already doing this. You can use your cell phone for anything now. You can scan credit cards, anything like that. So right now, about 85% of the United States has a cell phone, but probably in the next 10 to 20 years, at least, there will be 100%. Everyone will own a cell phone. Next, we're going to do political and legal changes. One of them kind of happening right now is the driving while using a cell phone. In some states, such as California, it's illegal to do, but probably in the coming future, it will actually, all states nationwide will not allow driving with cell phones, just because of the increased use and the driving hazards. President Obama has also has signed in a law recently, in the last year or so, of prisoners not actually being able to use cell phones, which I thought was already part of that. But somehow they still get them into prison, but there's a law saying that they can't do that. As far as health issues, cell phones do have a reputation of causing cancer. It's one of the big things for the people that are non-cell phone users, one of their big issues. Manufacturers, say that there's no health issues at all, but they are filing patents at this time to reduce the radioactive waves that the cell phones do push out. So there is some kind of health issue sending carcinogenic waves to the brain. Also, cell phone jammers at the moment are illegal, but in the future I believe that they will be probably legal for some businesses to use, because cell phone use in a certain business may not be appropriate. So in that general area, it will become, your cell phone will not be able to be used. That's kind of a safety issue for the business. At the moment, the military and government are the only ones that can legally use jammers. But that will probably be changing in the future. And this is Rachel. She's going to go into economic and technological issues.
The current economy has not dampened everyone's spirits from purchasing cell phones. The total mobile phone usage in 2011 is 5 billion. The worldwide population is only 7 billion. We expect that there will be 1 billion smartphone users in 2013. Apple also expects that there will be about 100 million iPhone users by the end of 2011. Practically everyone in the world will be using a mobile phone by 2030. Regular telephones and television remotes are expected to become extinct in a range from 30 to 50 years from now. What do people carry? People carry their keys, their wallet, their cell phone. Cell phones will become everyone's personal identity. People will be able to pay for items using their credit or debit card via their cell phone. In the future, if you leave home and you have forgotten to turn on the dishwasher or program your DVR to record your favorite show, people will just use their cell phone. It's one click away. Cell phones will become everyone's personal PDA, computer, calendar, address book, GPS, and television all in one. Cell phones will cause desktop computers to become extinct as well. They will provide 3D keyboards and a projector, and people will rely on their cell phones programming to help them find restaurants, stores, and gas stations with the cheapest gas. Current cell phones have video chat capabilities, with the ability to conference anywhere, anytime. No one will ever miss a meeting ever again. Mobile phones will help people to be active in everyday life and not miss a day of work. Everyone prefers to text more than talk on the phone. By 2020, cell phone companies will provide unlimited texting and internet plans the same way that they provide voice plans today. The voice plans will become the expensive plan. People will be able to contact their doctor by sending a picture of their injury and asking for advice without going to the hospital. Cell phones will provide programs that will monitor blood pressure, body fat, heart rates, and perform diabetic checkups. The doctors will be able to call and warn us if we are in danger of having a heart attack. Some people have proposed that we will be able to pee into our cell phone for urinalysis to check for pregnancy, diabetes, or drug check. Let's hope this is not true. There will be smartphone stalkers to steal our personal data. Naturally, we will need increased privacy and security software to prevent this. In the future, cell phones will be thinner and wider for easier viewing, faster keyboard usage, and longer battery life. The cell phone industry will surge up, and almost everyone will be using cell phones for anything and everything they want in one small package. And here is Christy. She will talk about educational changes and the summary.
There will be many educational changes that will affect the cell phone industry in the future. One goal I'm going to set for this industry is to have cell phones replace laptop computers for use in the educational sector in the next 20 years. By looking at this graph done by the Pew Research Center, we can already see that American adults already own more cell phones than laptop computers already. The cell phone industry now has to take hold of the education market and show how the use of cell phones will be all that we need and replace laptop computers. Some teachers are already implementing them into their curriculum by using them to do research, read books, and use voice technology to share engaging lectures and lessons. The future of cell phone use in education has a bright future where there will be a high demand for cell phones to be implemented and used in school curriculum. Another goal I'm going to set for the cell phone industry in the next 20 years is for their technology to come out at a faster pace than it does now. The reason we will accomplish that is because there will be an influx of applicants with computer software engineering and computer programming degrees to enter the workforce at a higher than average rate, and this will affect the future of the industry because cell phone companies are always trying to find new ways to be competitive in the technology department. Cell phone companies always want to be the first ones to come out with the new technology, much like the iPhone did with touch capabilities and applications on cell phones. The way they come up with this new technology is by using employees with these technology-based degrees. This graph shows the future projected employment for those careers, and by the numbers, you can see there will be a lot of applicants to choose from for the cell phone industry. In conclusion, the cell phone industry is facing many changes in the next 20 years. For the socio-cultural aspect of the cell phone industry, the changes will be centered on using cell phones for more than just a phone. In the political and legal department, there will be many issues that will be faced, like driving while talking on a cell phone, and the effect cell phones have on cancer development. Even though the economy is not the best these days, more and more people are still able to buy cell phones. Technology in the future of the cell phone industry will probably have the most changes and impact the industry the most. Last, the educational changes will be focused on trying to phase out the use of laptops and replace their use with cell phones, and having an influx of technology degrees entering the workforce. On behalf of Rachel, Danielle, and myself, we appreciate you taking the time to watch our cell phone industry forecast for the future.